job in keeping the energy up, keeping the attendees, the audience engaged, and just made such a big difference in just the whole energy and the flow of the conference.
That I wrote just for you.
You got an ambition, fire and soul. Look within your heart, let your spirit flow. Ask for what you want, show what you got. Take it to the top, don't you ever stop. Shine, shine, shine on.
Raise it.
Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on.
Love and light to you, and remember to shine.
Looking for the answers, seeking you will find. Open up your heart, leave it all behind. Smile and laugh, always give back. Glowing like a star.
Cause you are a star.
Show them who you
Show
are.
them who you are. Show them you are the superstar.
Shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine. Shine.
Move it.
Shine on. You're the secret, you're the answer, you know who you are. Look within you, breathe and focus, you're a shining star.
You're the shining star.
Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on. Don't you worry, don't you fake it, be just who you are.
Be it.
You're the answer to the question, you're that shining star.
You're the shining star.
Shine, shine, shine on.
Raise it.
Raise your vibration. Shine, shine, shine on. Now that you can see all that you can be, breathe into your heart, don't you ever stop. Shine, shine, shine on.
Raise it.
Raise your vibration. Shine.
Yeah, kicking it. Thank you so much for being here today. And greetings. The Shine On show is inspired by the song, and the song is about connecting to the energy and the vibration of the Shine On movement, and we're going to get to that in a little, but it helps you in why I came here and why I connected, because we're in season 3, episode 29. Oh my gosh. And for all this time, the reason I come here because I saw a need to help you to connect to your energy, to release negative energy, to really boost more of your clarity, to really connect more to the ultimate, which is having more joy, right? Having more joy and fun in your life. And also when you have more joy and fun, what happens? You have more prosperity, you have more people and relationships, and that love comes in. So that is why I'm here. So we just have another quick little message right now. Are you feeling overwhelmed, unappreciated, and frustrated with life? Are you reaching for more pills, buying bigger clothes, and wanting to have more energy? I'm Angel Marie Monticelli, and I'm going to personally help you to eliminate negative energy, get unstuck, and discover how you can boost your energy in 30 seconds or less. Using simple techniques, you will be able to turn this on anytime, any place. Empowerment coaching. Message me now, and let's work together, and so that I can help you get through another day with more energy, confidence, and joy. Yes, thank you for that. And like I said, that we are in the season 3 and episode 29. And last week what we talked about, this week we're going to talk about is acceptance. And last week, what we talked about was attitude. And I always give those three beautiful to ignite your attitude, ignite your acceptance. And last week, the other week was igniting your fear, igniting. We've had so many for so long. But let's go over what it is that I talked about, which was the review of attitude is open to change. You know, when we're closed down, we're not real open to any kind of change whatsoever. And that affects our attitude. The next one was increase energy level. When we increase our energy level, we connect more to how we feel about our attitude. The next one right here was better social life and relationships. Those are things that really help when you really check your attitude. And we really dove deep into those and how they really show up in your life and what can happen. So the next week, we're going to be talking about lack. And we know a lot of us are coming from a lot of lack right now and fear. Lack, I call it lack mentality. So we'll be talking about that next week. And that, so this week, like I said, is the acceptance. And I really want you to think for a second, take a moment. And thank you so much, everybody, chat fingers that are chatting away. So thank you so much. Have you felt this energy of acceptance in your life? Have you felt it and connect to it? What does it feel like? Think about your own, how you own it and how you have your acceptance energy and how you show up with the energy of acceptance. You really need to take a moment, because when we take a moment to connect to how we really feel when we show up, how the energy is coming through us, it is powerful. Now, self-acceptance is defined as an individual's acceptance of all of his or her attributes, positive or negative, and it includes the body, acceptance, the self-protection from negative criticism, and believing in one's what? Abilities, capacity to keep going. That's the biggest key. So that's the definition of self-acceptance. But if I just take self out, understanding how you accept life, and do you really accept it with all of its attributes, the positive and negatives, right? And how do you feel about accepting how you are showing up and being protected, being safe? This is a big one with a lot of people because they want to feel safe. So Jennifer Jordan's in the house. So we're going woo woo. More than ever, procrastinating being ultimate soul. Huge shifts happening. Absolutely. Jennifer will absolutely be on the show later on in the month. I'm so excited to have her on Your Time to Shine International. But let's go back and say thank you for her to be coming on. So let's go to a quote by Dennis Waldie. And I like this quote because what he said was, change the changeable, accept the unchangeable, and remove yourself from the unacceptable. Ooh, think about how you can break that down. Change the changeable. Look at it, take a view of it, change the changeable. Then accept the unchangeable. Some things are just better just to accept them because they just are. We're going to get to that one because that's huge. Are you really accepting the way that maybe your family is, the way that all of that? And then remove yourself from the unacceptable. Making boundaries. We're going to get to boundaries because boundaries is a huge one. And we're going to get to that. So perfect. So what is the problem? So let's go into what is the problem when you're not accepting your life, when you're not accepting yourself, when you're not accepting what's happening emotionally and physical. You will probably walk around and not feel very valued. That's a big one. And have an unworthy kind of feel. And also emotionally, it can bring you down. And physically, absolutely, it can have all kinds of repercussions on illnesses. And a lot of times what we see is, and this is something that I looked up medically. So, and they said that with rheumatoid arthritis, even lupus, fibromyalgia, and Sjogren's, which is everything that I'm diagnosed with, cancel, delete, don't even want to talk about it. is that what happens is those get, when we're not accepting life, we're going against it. So we start to get more anxiety. We start to have the nervous system start to move. And what happens? We have more pain. And that is proven. And that is a problem when you're not really accepting who you are or showing up in a way that helps you. Good morning to you, Barbara. Yeah, bam. Yes, you know the boundaries, Hunter. Yeah, I mean, boundaries is a big one. Boundaries is a big one. Thank you for that, Jennifer. And thank you, Barb, for coming on. I appreciate you. So going back to the problem is that a lot of times too, you automatically go to the negative thoughts, and it increases when you're not accepting your life and what is going on. That's a problem. So, breathing it in and breathing it out, is an important part of this problem. So, you know what, we're going to go on and we're going to move on to acceptance. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath right now and remove the problem, because we don't want that problems around us. And I am a personal energy expert, and I work with people all the time and coach them on their energy and help them with their energy. And so let's just release the energy of the problem of not accepting yourself, not accepting society, the world, what we have going on. Let's just let that go. Got it? Good. Yay. All right. So now let's talk about the importance. Let's do the positive. So yay. And thank you so much for sharing this out. I really appreciate that you share it, because someone needs to hear how this is. Maybe it's your sister. So why we want acceptance and why it's so important. We get more energy. Because we have more confidence, more self-esteem. Now, self-esteem and self-acceptance, completely two different beings over there, but better health. We already proved that. And then greater chance of success and overall happy life all shows up in the importance of accepting your environment. Many of you, you may be in a place where you're not accepting your environment either. You don't like where you're living. You don't like where you're working. You're not accepting. And it's really important when we accept, because then our energy flows, and then that way we can see a way to move in the flow through life. Your trust also, the trust in the acceptance. I trust my acceptance in myself. I trust it. This is big. And and this trust about acceptance determines how you take action. Also, how do you take action? And when you trust yourself, this is many people will say, oh, I don't know how to do that. Oh, I've never done that before. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. And all of these energies is bringing you down, because the importance of acceptance is, okay, yeah, I'm not sure how to do that, but I'll figure it out. Okay, hold on. Let me look and let me figure it out. Do you see how the verbiage is just a little bit different? But it helps to go, oh, I'll figure it out. Also, the importance of everybody really take a moment on this, take a deep breath, and I want you to hear me. And remember, note takers are money makers. And remember, those note takers, go ahead. And that's what Dr. Lotus Rich says. And the big one is stronger immune system. Now, this is something that studies have proven, that it helps with your immune system, to boost your immune system. So yes. And it balances positive thinking, which renders positive effect on your mental health. Everything is about mental health right now because of what's going on in the nation. So really taking care of that is acceptance of yourself, but acceptance of life, acceptance about what your dog does. I accept that Shine, if she hears a loud noise, she's going to bark. That's what she's going to do. And she's going to continue barking until I say it's okay. I also know that Shine is slowing down. It's almost her birthday. We're talking about that in another segment of here. But accepting who you are and accepting what's around you and your environment is powerful. Powerful. So let's do a quote from the Shine On book. And I don't have that. So the importance, let's take that away. And then let's do a quote from the Shine On book. Are you ready? So the Shine On book And it's secret number 11, which is a power number, which is my master number, power number, acceptance. Acceptance generates a connection to your awesome inner shine. Think about acceptance generates a connection to your awesome inner shine. What is your inner shine? Your inner knowing, your inner being. And when you really accept, this is where I'm at, and I accept it, you really do shine even brighter. It's a beautiful one. So thank you for that, Angel Marie. That was a pretty good quote. So there you have it. And this book is 52 Secrets for Greater Success and Higher Self-Esteem. Great self-help too. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So awesome. So right now, right here, we need to go to a commercial break. Holy moly. We need to go to commercial. Oh, thank you, Preston Marley, all the way from Canada. And he's done an amazing job on both of my websites, social media, to everything else that he does on his marketing. He's amazing. Check him out for sure. So now as we move over to our news segment, which is our health reminder. And because the health reminder is so powerful, it is a health reminder about water and why water is so important and why we want to drink water every 15 minutes. Now that's my thing. I'm not a nutritionist, but it will really help you. And here is why. Oh my gosh, the benefits of water. Why do I have you drinking water every 15 minutes? Because we don't drink enough water. No matter if you're in Phoenix, Arizona, in a desert, or wherever you live, the benefits of water, it helps you with your attitude. It helps with your productivity. The biggest one is it helps you stay out of pain because you're lubricating. So you know what? I invite you, I challenge you, I kick you with all kinds of love and light to please drink more water. Drink more water. Thank you. And keep shining. Keep shining. So the timer is on for 15 minutes. So when this timer goes off, I'm waiting on you. Go and get some water. Go get water. I already had mine. I already had my sips, so I'm ready for you to go and get yours, and the reason I do that, and I have been called the water pusher. I've also been called the energy expert, which of course that's what I am. And then also I've been called, oh my gosh, the benefits of water. Sorry about that. And I also have been called the walking antidepressant. Let me take that down. A walking antidepressant, which I think is really funny. And then the Fireball MC. And then also the Energizer Bunny. And the Mrs. Rogers of Energy. Whoa. And the female version of Tony Robbins. Oh, those have been things that I've been called. And you know what? But I so appreciate this segment on the health reminder because it helps you. And, right now, right here, I'd love to tell a story about me. And I'd love for you to tell me your story. And I cannot wait to have you tell your story because you have a story and I want to get to know you. And that's coming up in the VIP loyalty bonus, which is in another segment of the show. So we'll wait on that. But you know what? Right now, right here, I'd love to tell you my story. I almost not only died once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times. And in those 4 times of almost dying in all of these years that I've been on this planet, one of the things that were really came through for me is how I had to step into the acceptance, step into accepting where I was and how did I move forward. One of the times that I almost died was when I was at a wellness center, and I had my own wellness center, and we had classes and we had instructors coming in, and it was a beautiful wellness place for people to come and learn about self-development, self-care. It's way before its time because it was over 15 years ago, way before its time. But at that center, what happened was is everybody was learning what I learned, but yet what happened to me was I was working so much that I got so sick that went to the doctor and he said, "You're this close to having a heart attack." And, I had to step back for a moment when I walked out of there and was like, wow, I'm almost going to die. And what I'm doing is helping other people with their self-development and self-care, but I'm not balancing. I'm not accepting the fact that I need to do A, B, and C, which was really interesting when I'm teaching it, but I wasn't doing it. I'm just being totally out there and understanding that when I stopped and took a look, I had to accept the fact where I was. But then I started looking and I started studying the power of energy, the power of nutrition, not just food, but everything around that. And then the power of mindset. And that's when I started really understanding and exploding with understanding how you run your energy. And this is quantum physics and then when I learned how to do that and really understanding that, all of a sudden you see now what's in front of you, which is more energy, more explosion, more being able to share with you what it is that can help you create your awesome life and step into it. And this is important because, I was stuck. And many of you are stuck in a place where you're having health issues, you're just having low energy. You just don't understand why you feel so overwhelmed and stressed. It's like this feeling inside of you that just won't go away. And you're just feeling this. This is important to note that you can actually, with your acceptance, with understanding who you are, you can step through it. And that's what I do to help. But, I want to show you, because of all of this, and I want you to understand how you can step into and tell yourself and tell me how I can help you. So how do I show up to help others? This is how I show up. Greetings, I'm Angel Marie Monticelli, and how do I show up and shine? I am a 6-time international best-selling author. I produce 2 TV shows. One of them is an international interview series, and the other is the Shine On Show, which is about how you become and get involved with the Shine On movement that I'm a creator of. I'm also an international inspirational speaker, event energy enhancer, which means I come to your virtual event, your in-person event, and I help raise the energy, the engagement, and educate. Also, an empowerment coach, love online, in-person coaching, helping people to do what? Increase their energy, have more confidence and joy. And I'm also a Reiki Master, and I teach Reiki and how to understand energy and to heal the body. Thank you for allowing me to share with you, and I can't wait for you to share with me what you do to show up and shine on. Show up and shine. How do you show up and shine on? And do you accept how you're showing up? That's a good one. But we talked a little bit about the shine on movement, and that I love I love the movement and how it's going, and it is a global reach, and it's going. And I really appreciate if you wanted to join the Shine On movement. But you're like, Angel, what is the Shine On movement? Here you go. Here you go. Greetings, I'm Angel Marie Monticelli, creator of the Shine On movement. And decades ago, I saw a need. People wanted to raise their energy, feel better, have more confidence, joy, and energize their lives, have more clarity and focus. That's why I started the movement, because it's about you raising your energy in such a positive way. It affects your family, your neighborhood, your community, and then absolutely the world, and it just ripples out to the world because it's energy. And thank you so much for wanting to be with this movement, getting involved with the movement, and being a champion of the Shine On movement. Keep shining on, shining on. Thank you so much for being a champion, because you're here today. You are already a champion, so thank you. And, join today. I'll leave some messages. I'll leave some, and you can find it all over my Facebook. I'm all over social media, and I'm so excited because, this is a growing global movement. that you're involved with. We have in person here in Phoenix, Arizona, that we meet on Saturdays for Shine On Saturdays, and we all come together. And then we also have the virtual every Wednesday at 9 a.m. California time, and where we talk about whatever theme it is to help raise your energy, give you some hope and inspiration for the week, and move you towards that Shine On movement. So it is so beautiful. I thank you so much for being here. So how does, let me move that. So how does the acceptance show up for you? How does your acceptance in your life really show up? Do you even pay attention to how you're accepting, or are you just kind of there? Some people are just they're kind of there. So I want to ask that question, but you know what? We have a champion of the Shine On movement. We have a champion, and he is going to tell us how he steps into acceptance in his life and how it shows up for him. So here we go. I think I have to go to here and then to there to show. So here we go. Israel is in the house.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am so excited to be on the Shine On show today as a champion of the Shine On movement. This is Israel Mandrake, hypnotist, mentalist, and madman. And today, I'm going to share with you a golden nugget on acceptance. Now, I talked to Angel Marie, and she said this golden nugget, when you share it, it can be about self-acceptance. It can be about acceptance of the world around us, acceptance of the future. Well, hey, I want to say this is my true deep down belief on acceptance collectively. And that is when we realize that everything is made out of source. No matter what religion, what culture, what ideology, or whatever belief system you were born into, all of us are connected to a higher power, or we could even say it for people who don't believe in this per se, an energy in which we can communicate with. I believe that that's probably the most important part, is to remember this very unique school that we're in, and learning these lessons. I truly believe that all of our answers of acceptance on any level come from not only tapping into the source, but building a wonderful relationship with that source. Even when I'm doing clinical-based hypnotherapy, I always approach it metaphysically. Now, what I mean by that is, if I'm helping somebody accept anything in their life, or to become a portion of self-acceptance, the first thing I always have them do the sacred heart, which basically means putting your hand over your heart and doing your, not only plugging into the source, but staying in a resonation, a frequency that allows you to work and co-create with it. Now, the answer to that is obviously a state of gratitude. You guys have heard things like this, of course, always, but the main thing is weaponizing the sense of humor, maintaining a flexible way of approaching all things. Now, this sounds like, if you look at any of the great masters of any religion, or any of the great masters of warfare, or any of the great masters of martial arts, anything, they almost always have a weird or unique sense of humor, because they've learned how to play within the mayhem or play in the chaos. So my golden nugget to you is this: weaponize your sense of humor, play in the chaos, enjoy the show, enjoy the ride, and take all of it with a grain of salt while mastering absolute acceptance. Therefore, naturally manifesting, co-creating. Because the moment you get into the state of social acceptance, society's acceptance, your acceptance, all of it, you go into the exact same frequency of co-creation. Total acceptance in martial arts is flexibility, allowing you to move without thinking, therefore knowing your opponent and knowing yourself. So that is my golden nugget to you on self-acceptance. I am Israel Mandrake, and hey, much love, Angel Marie, and much love to everyone listening. Until I see you, shine on.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love how he put that. Did that resonate with you? I want you to take a moment, because your beliefs is a big one about how what you really believe is what you really accept, right? And the energy and the connection coming from your heart, really from your higher self, from your God, from the universe, from energy, however you want to look at it, quantum physics, we are just energy. I love that. And how he said, being flexible. Also about the gratitude. He took my thunder because that's number 2. And then understanding, have a sense of humor about life and how you accept how we're showing up. Because when we have a sense of humor, we accept more and we laugh more and we have more fun. And mastering acceptance is mastering who you are. Ooh, it's part of it, not all of it. But move without thinking. And like, that's one of the things is move without thinking and just being in the flow. And me teaching Tai Chi, I love it because it is about being in the flow. And if you're watching this and you've been sitting on the couch, you've been sitting anywhere for more than 30 minutes, get up. Get up and just stand for a second and just move. Just move. Put the phone or wherever right there so you can still watch, but start to move and be more in a flow. It'll help you with your energy. Isn't that beautiful? Because it will. So thank you to our awesome champion. He's definitely a champion of the Shine On movement, and he is going to be on Your Time to Shine International series soon. In a couple months, he will be on, and you'll get to meet Israel. So right now, right here, we got to go to a commercial break. Be right back.
What would it feel like to have a steady flow of new paying clients every week while working less and making more money? That'd be awesome, right? We would all love to have an endless stream of clients who pay us handsomely for our expertise and work with us for years on end. Well, there is a new marketing miracle called 6-Minute Webinar technology that does just this. Go to www.6minutewebinar.com to find out how you can get access to it.
These guys are great. Don, Bill, Jim, you guys rock. I just love you. And, if you've never seen a 6-minute webinar or listened to one, go to my website and go under Event Energy Enhancer, because everybody wants to know, what is that, Angel? I don't want to get it. I made a 6-minute webinar out of it so that wherever I send it, when you've been zoomed out zombies, now you can look at it and you will understand what it is. I love it. Thanks, Don, Jim, and Bill. You guys, awesome. So there we go. There's a 15-minute timer for us to drink our water, which is great because we're getting ready to go into the second segment. And in this segment, what we're going to talk about is igniting your acceptance.
I am so excited to be on the Shine On movement.
You want to learn how to do that and be able to move into your acceptance. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some tips on igniting your acceptance. So here we go. Number 1 is be aware of your strengths. This is huge. How much time do you sit with yourself to understand your strengths? Now, this is powerful because we usually sit and beat ourselves up, don't we? And we're very critical on things that we're not very accepting of ourselves. So this is the important part, is that it helps us to reframe when we sit with it. We reframe our mindsets. You've heard this, retrain, regrain, reframe. It's the same thing. It's teaching the neural nets, neural pathways. Remember, I'm way into energy, about how to understand how to look at your strengths and not look at all of the weaknesses and be really aware of them, because it helps you in a lot of different ways. It's proven that it'll help you to plan ahead in situations because you already know how you're going to be. This is a big one for me because for me, it has to do with food. And if I know that I'm going someplace, most places are not going to be all organic, no salts, no oils, no dairy, I could go on and on the way that I eat. And I had to accept that in myself and really look at it, that I'm going to bring food. And is that going to be okay with someone? Because if not, I'm going to eat before I go. And then some people, it's so weird. They're like, well, I thought we were going to get something to eat. Well, I'm not going to eat out. I'm just going to get something little like an appetizer. It kind of freaks people out. So do you see what I'm saying is really be aware of where your strengths are coming from? Because, we have a lot of that inner criticism. And it is just going. And what happens is to release that negative beliefs. So right now, right here, I'd like you to take a deep breath in through your nose, out through slip mouth, and let's release some of those beliefs that don't really serve you. And you know what I'm talking about. So let's just release those. And remember that when we identify and we review and we're really looking outside ourselves, it's almost like we're looking, I feel this way sometimes when I'm talking to people. So since I'm a professional speaker, it's like I'm outside of myself and I'm always above myself over here. That's what I feel like. And I'm seeing how I'm showing up, and I'm visualizing what I'm doing, also why I'm doing the talk. It's very interesting. Now, of course, beforehand, I visualize what is my strengths. I'm getting ready to be in this situation. What are the strengths of this? And how do I want to show up? This is powerful, because even if I have a coaching client for the personal energy expert that I am, and I have a client, I'm going to talk to them about their energy. I want to already be in a visualization of helping this person. And how am I going to show up? It's powerful, because that energy comes out on the phone. So if you're just doing phone readings, phone, whatever that might be, visualize before you get on the phone. Not how you want it to be, because then you're too strict, but how you want to show up. Ooh, and how to accept and know. Now, another thing about being really aware of your strengths is also in understanding that you can do just a short meditation and it can help calm yourself. Now, this is proven, because studies have proven that mindful meditation, or the practice of being aware of both your internal and external experience, can be extremely useful in learning how to accept your emotions. Doesn't that make sense? Because a lot of times what happens is we show up someplace and something happens and we get emotional and then we react. And then everybody goes, ooh, why? They might judge us. And we go, ooh, shoot, didn't mean to do that. But see, when we step back and do a mindful meditation, meaning just relax for a minute and take some breaths, so you relax your nervous system and think about how you're going to show up. It's really all the same thing that we keep talking about, because it's powerful. And there was another study that came out, in 2020, and it's specified that the situation to acceptance involves accepting a negative situation. It is what it is. Now, this is powerful, because I really like to study, because they were studying it is what it is. And if you've seen any of my stories, you've seen me on social media, I have a shirt that says it is what it is. And everybody comments, because, it has the potential of reducing emotional impact on certain things. And this is the study that it really does. When we accepting the negative situations in our life, very, very powerful, because while the emotion acceptance involves accepting that the emotion, it is also the results of the situation. Do you get that? Because it's accepting the results of the situation while you accept that it is what it is. Huge one for number one. Be aware of your strengths. I mean, this is huge. And I love this quote by Nathan Bratton. And he says, the first step towards change is awareness. And that's what we're talking about, right? The second step is acceptance. The first thing is be aware of when you're not accepting. You might be playing it in your head, playing in your head. I've never done a webinar. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to start. I don't know. And you won't even sit down and get your thoughts down, because you're already thinking about the results, right? Instead of just like my book, I'm not writing this. Forget it. There's no way that I was sitting down and writing it and actually typing it or writing it. The typing, forget it. There's just no way. And then the writing with my hands and what's going on with being diagnosed with all that. But what did I do? I found a way to write my book with the dyslexia, with the physical challenges that I sometimes challenge that I have. Cancel, delete, don't want to own it. But what I did is I spoke it into a Google Doc. I found a way to do it. And this is the important part, is the action is always find the people and find the assets and find whatever works for you to make it work what you want as you accept it is what it is. Boom, boom, boom. That is number one. But I love this quote, and we're going to do this quote because I love what J.K. Aromines is saying. Understanding the first step to acceptance. And only with acceptance can there be recovery. Understanding is the first step to acceptance. And that's why I put it here. Be aware of your strengths. Understanding. I know I keep saying this, but it's so important about acceptance. And it's part of the Shine On movement because the Shine On movement is global. Accepting all the cultures, accepting all the people, acceptance of where it's going, acceptance that I've been doing this for over 20 years. It doesn't matter. The acceptance. So number one, yay, 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 yay. Let's go to number two. Number two, let's practice gratitude. And I said that with Israel, like took my thunder, like, but he didn't. And practicing gratitude is so important because, studies even prove that when we have critical, self-sabotaging, negative self-talk, what happens is it brings us vibrationally down. And what happens then is we're not in acceptance. And I bring this up because our narrative that keeps going through our heads, that keeps running, can be so powerful, it can bring us so low. And many people say, Angel, how do you stay in grateful gratitude when things are not appearing? Maybe your account in your checking account isn't where you want it. Where you're thinking, oh, but I'm going to go to work, I'm going to make this, and this is not enough to make this. And the reason is accepting this is the way it is. It is what it is. How do I look for other resources? How do I be grateful for that and continue to look for more resources? Most of the time, you stay stuck because we're not grateful for what we have. What happens is we start thinking about what we don't have, but we're not looking outside and how we can make more money, have a better health, have a better life, a better relationship. We might feel that we're stuck in certain relationships too. This is a big factor about gratitude is our relationship with ourselves. Because when we step into practicing gratitude, we're stepping in to accept what we have, what we are, how we show up. It's a big one. So here's another quote by Alan Watts. And what he has to say is the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. The reason I love this so much is because joining the dance is powerful, the dance of life. Acceptance is a big part of life in accepting everything so that we're not always pushing. And then our attitude, that was last week's theme. Our attitude doesn't stop us from accepting, and then we have no movement and there's no action. So really invite you to take a moment on how many times and where do you come from in your gratitude? And are you on a day-to-day grateful for your carpet, grateful for your couch, grateful for your TV, grateful for your bed, grateful for money, grateful for yourself, for the nose, for my eyes, grateful for the connection to my spirituality, to my higher self, to my God? Do you say that out loud? Because that grateful gratitude can help you plunge right into what? Seeing you in a different light. So there's number two, being absolutely practice gratitude. Number three, forgive yourself. Oh, when you got heavy energies on you because you just are beating yourself up all the time, that will bring you and keep you in not accepting and being able to see clearer. And this is the point, is when we start to see crystal clear our vision of who we are, it's the acceptance of the past and not staying in the past. Because we've got tons of studies that will show you that when someone is in the past and they're in their head and they are in their thinking, it is always fear. It is always negative. It is always because we keep running those playing out. So it's powerful for you to understand that when you really show up with that forgiveness for yourself, you're showing up for others also with more of a positive confidence and an acceptance of self. So giving this beauty, so always remembering that you can absolutely forgive. And it's also forgiving others and forgiving society. I forgive the government. I forgive all this craziness, and I call it craziness, and then I laugh at it. And just, I forgive it and I let it go. It is what it is. I'm going for that gratitude one. And it's helpful to do this. And Kristen Neff had a really good quote, and I love this. Continually feeding our needs for positive self-evaluation is a bit like stuffing ourselves with candy. We get a brief sugar high and then crash. The reason I bring this up is that positive self-evaluation is great. But yet, if you're not accepting this evaluation, you're really not accepting the negative. That's what she's saying, is there's so much that we accept, but it's accepting the negative. That's when you're really working at it, because that is going to be more challenging. So I hope that helps. So there you go. So I hope that helps. And now you have those things that you need to know about acceptance that's going to help you get through the acceptance. And you know what? I would love to hear from another amazing Shine On champion and what he has to say about how he shows up and really shines his light and what happens in acceptance. So here we go to Raul, all the way from the East Coast.
I am so excited to be on the Shine On movement today as champion of the Shine On movement. I am Raul Marine from the Literacy Council of Montgomery County in Maryland. And today, Angel asked me to share my golden nugget on today's theme of acceptance. Acceptance is one of those powerful, encouraging, inspiring words that I love to follow, because acceptance is what I try to practice every single day about how I love everything in my life, the people in my life, what I do. It's all part of my everyday practice of acceptance of being who I am and fulfilling my passion, which is to serve students and anybody who I get to work with on a daily basis, to help them to pursue their passions, to pursue their goals and dreams. And I'm just along with the ride with them, because I think acceptance about how life is beautiful is so great. And I hope that everybody can embrace the power of acceptance, whether it's you, acceptance of the life that we're in, or whatever your situation is. Focus on the positive, and acceptance can be such a powerful, beautiful thing. And this has been Raul Marine on the Shine On movement. And thank you, Angel. Shine on.
Woo woo! Thank you, Raul. And he is a major champion of the Shine On, and he's going to be coming on to the Your Time to Shine interview series in a couple of months also. So we'll look forward to that. And right now I'd like to give you a bonus, and the bonus is a action step from the Shine On book. So here's the action step. Breathe. You know, I always am making you breathe, because you got to relax that nervous system, release the stuff that doesn't serve you so you can actually hear the good stuff. Write down 5 things you accept about yourself. Ooh. And 5 things you can be more accepting of in others. Ooh, let's do this one. Do this every night before you go to bed, and breathe. It's powerful when we do this and really connect. And, you know, in the Shine On book, you have room so that you can write in the Shine On book. And that's, everybody drink some water. I did that on purpose so that this is a workbook and it can be helpful. So let's go over what the review was today is be aware of your strengths, connect to your strengths, know your strengths, practice gratitude about those strengths, and practice gratitude for everything. And then forgive yourself. Got to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself is huge, 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 because we want to accept what's